What's up, guys? Good evening. My name is Ryan, and this is my stock market update for 6/3. So the Qs were up again. They actually tagged a new high. The S&P up again. Dow Jones up again. This market's really bullish. It's absolutely on fire. There's really nothing wrong with this market right now. And to be bearish on this market would be to not pay attention to the technicals at all. So my outlook still hasn't changed. I'm still quite bullish until I'm not. We're definitely, I like to use the NASDAQ. I think it's the best gauge for the general indexes because it's got the most stocks in it. So, looking at the NASDAQ, we're definitely extended in the short term. I think we're due a test of one of these short term moving averages. This trend has really liked the 20-day moving average, which is this yellow line right here. So, I think we're due a test of the 21 at some point. So, I'm a little cautious with my current purchases right now, especially since it would make a lot of sense for me if we were to like tag the new high, maybe go up a day or two past the new high, and then have a short pullback. And I think, or going sideways right beneath the highs and then shooting up. But at this rate, this market's not really going sideways. So I'm a little cautious right here because of how extended we are. But I do think this is an environment to buy A plus setups, which there's a new round of plays going every day. I primarily focus on growth stocks because I'm looking for high octane, high alpha opportunities. So like KLAC, this thing broke out to new highs, looked really good. The Trade Desk, that's a stock that broke out today to new highs. So there's still a lot of action going on and a lot of actionable charts. I'll show you what I did today. I had a slight down day today. There is one interesting thing going on right now, and that's that growth and what kind of led us off the bottom has been consolidating while the laggards such as transports, REITs, oil has really started rallying these last week and a half. So I'm almost 100% concentrated in growth. So I was down today, and that's a little concerning, but I've got the cushion to eat through it. And I'll show you what I'm in. I'll show you the actions I took. So today, I'm barely down on this, but I took a small stab at IRTC. This is just a growth stock that's been going sideways at all-time highs, and we'll see. I'm a seller of this thing at the 21, and I might add on to it tomorrow if it's up with no tail. I wouldn't add big, and I didn't really buy big either here because I think this is a little bit of a higher risk trade just because of how much it's already ran. But strength typically begats strength, and I've seen this kind of pattern resolve to the upside before. I sold my gold at the open. It gapped down, traded up, and then once it fell back to the open, I flattened this whole thing for about a 4% gain. I've been sitting in gold for a couple months, and if it were to reset back up, I might buy a little bit. But if equities really are going to rally to new highs, I would bet metals all take a break. And on that same coin, I went ahead and cashed out of my double silver today. I cashed out at the opening price, 28.25. My buy was $22, so I rode silver for about 2 weeks. Cashed out today somewhere around a 30% gain. It's a solid trade. That sold off quicker than I think, and it may not even be done. It might catch and start climbing again, but one in the bag is better than two in the bush. So that's kind of what I went for. I went in and took the trade, 30%. Can't complain. Here's what I'm in. Nothing's really changed. I'm in Apple. I got a small gain in this. Riding it short term. I'm a seller right in here on this. I'm in Adobe. I've been in Adobe for a while. I've been in and out. Adobe looks good. I'm a seller below the 21, and other than that, I'm holding it. ALNY, this is something I bought yesterday. It had a shakedown today, but that's no reason to get out. I'm a seller. Probably if it's down tomorrow, I'm going to go ahead and sell it and get out. And then if it's up tomorrow, I'll probably add on to the position to make it a little larger. This is just a speculative biotech company that is holding up pretty well. And I was actually going through MarketSmith this weekend, and I found that several really good growth mutual funds have positions in the stock. So I thought I'd buy it once it crossed through the 8-day moving average like it did yesterday. And sure enough, it used the 8-day as support. This dotted red line's my 8-day. And I do a lot of my trading off that 8-day moving average. I'm still in Amazon. I've been in Amazon. This was one of my first buys off the low. I bought Amazon this day right here. So I'm still in this and letting it ride. It's a nice winning position for the time being. BJ's, that's something I bought on Monday. It hasn't gone anywhere for me. I'm down a little bit, and it just kind of continues to chop sideways. I'm a seller below the 8-day, and if it were to give like an engulfing candle or something, I'd probably make the position bigger. This is just a power play. I'm looking for a fast move here. Biomarin, I bought this about a week or so ago right in here. I'm still holding it until it breaks probably the 10-day or the 8-day. I'm not going to touch this position. I would reduce it beneath the 8-day, but other than that, this is a hold. This thing's it's on fire right now. So it's a solid trade for me. I bought Chegg yesterday, and it about shook me out today, but it caught right at my stop because my stop was the 20 plus some fudge, and I gave it the 20 plus some fudge, and it rebounded. So I'm a seller below today's low, and then I'm probably going to buy more of it if it's up tomorrow. Still in Domino's, been in Domino's for a few weeks. Got a decent little 5-6% gain in here. Facebook, got about a 10% gain in Facebook. It's chugging along. I'm a seller beneath those recent lows / the 20-day moving average. Fortinet, I bought that last week. I'm a seller at the 20-day, and I'm holding it. Other than that, that's the stock I bought today. Melly, I've been in Melly since the breakaway gap. My buy is about 750. I'm letting this thing ride until it breaks down, so I would hold it till the end of the day, and then if it closed really weak, I'd reduce it, and as long as it kind of holds this trend, I'm holding it. Been in Microsoft for a while. If it closed below the 21, I'd reduce it, but other than that, I'm not touching it. Still in Netflix, the 50's my stop here. Still in ServiceNow, the 20's my stop here. PayPal, I'm willing to let PayPal wiggle a little bit. I think the 20's my stop. That's about where my buy is the 20. So the 20's where I'll probably sell it. Regeneron, same story. My buy is right in here, middle of this candlestick. Sprouts, the 20's my stop. Vertex, this is one I would sell tomorrow if it's weak at about 9:30 because I'm not really willing to hold it to the 50 again. I would sell it and then be looking to buy it if it crossed back through the 8-day in a few days. And last, but certainly not least, I'm in Zigzy. I bought this last week, and I've been sitting in it sideways for a few days, so it finally gave me a little cushion. If Zigzy were to pop tomorrow, I'd probably buy a few more shares, and then if it were to break today's low, I'd probably get out of it. So going through all the plays I'm in quite a few stocks. A lot of those are smaller than average positions, so I'm in quite a few stocks. You can see I'm kind of at a point in these growth stocks that I would sell them and get a lot smaller if the market got weak, or I'll press the gas pedal if these things all kind of shoot up and make higher highs. Going into tomorrow, there's a few plays I'm kind of looking at. I'm keeping my eye on Dexcom. I rode Dexcom from right here all the way to right here. So I made a pretty good gain on Dexcom, and I've already cashed out. But as soon as Dexcom either taps the 50 or gets above the 8-day moving average, I'm going to start building a position back in it because I think Dexcom is going to higher low and keep being a leader in this market. I'm looking at Tandem Diabetes. I want to see it close above the 8-day, but this is a stock I'm interested in. This right here, the Colligum coal, that's a Harami, and if it were to jump tomorrow, I might buy a few shares, just start something small in there. I am looking for a way into Shopify. I'd like to see it settle a little bit more, but it is trading bullishly on the 8-day, so I might buy small and see if I can get a small position to stick just because Shop's a leader in this market. Going through, see if there's any more on this list that I really love. I like DVA. I would wait for DVA to you can kind of see it's got what I think is a cup with a handle, and I'd wait for it to kind of clear this downtrend that's right here. But a decisive up day, I like this stock. It's got really good earnings. And then the last thing I'm kind of looking at for tomorrow, where I might take a position in, is this ACLS. I see this as a cup with handle. Semiconductors have been really strong the last few days. This stock is right at a breakout. There's your breakout. You have to buy small because this is kind of a volatile stock. But if it's up tomorrow, I think that's the way to get into this stock. And it's got really good earnings and sales. And it's in the same group as ASML, which is extended. But this is one of the leaders in the group. And it's also in Infi's group. And Infi is one of the leaders. But once again, I think this one's extended as well and risky to buy where it's at now. So in summary, the market's bullish until it's not. I would say it's suicide to be short this market until we at least break below these short-term moving averages, because this market's got a habit of breaking the short-term moving averages, gapping up. Break the short-term moving averages, close up. Break the short terms, close up. So until we get a decisive break of the short-term moving averages, which is what occurred here, 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 then that's an opportunity to go short. But until that happens, I wouldn't short this thing, and for some reason, people all over YouTube are shorting this market, which, in my opinion, is it's suicide at this point. Ask them how much money they've made shorting this market. The answer is $0 up until now. So this market's bullish until it's not. I'm bullish until, obviously you can see there's a few stocks I'm in that if tomorrow's a bad day, I would be getting smaller in the market, but it would take some serious weakness to kick me out of the market with the kind of cushion I have and where my buy points are on my stocks. So we'll see what comes. That's what I got for 6-3. Good luck, everybody, and remember, I'm a guy that trades for a living. What do I know? Think for yourself, make your own decisions, and see if you can learn something off of what I talk about. All right, talk to y'all later.